Hey everybody, thank you for coming back to Wrenching with Grandpa. Uh, Getting ready to go in and have some major plumbing work done in the next few days, so it's going to be kind of, what it is. When you get to be my age, you got to do these things. So, take care of yourself when you're younger. Make sure you got a good medical plan. Put some money in the bank. You never know what you're going to have to deal with. But anyway, today I, I'm doing just kind of light duty stuff because, like I said, the doctor said, don't you go out there and do stuff and make it worse than it is. Worse enough as it already is. So, been taken around, and I'm going to bring you along and show you where we're at. But before we do that, let's see what she sounds like with 4 new spark plugs, 4 more to come, and a new wiring set. But, you know, it is what it is. So let's see if we can get her fire off with some new spark plugs, at least on one bag, and then we'll take a look at what I've been trying to do light duty. Well, she doesn't sound too bad, does she? Yeah, I know. I got some belt squeal up here. I've got a bracket on my alternator that's like, and I'm getting some side when my belt goes up in the RPM. It kind of gets that bracket, and no big deal. We'll deal with it. But she sounds pretty healthy, and I think when I get the other 4 plugs and the wiring in it, and right now it's got the old condensers, points distributor in it. We might go ahead and upgrade her to an electronic ignition again. So much of this depends on what happens when we do the full engine dio out at Jerry's, but honestly, I think it could happen because this engine really sounds pretty strong, and she's coming out with some good sound and some good pressures on what I'm seeing so far. So we'll see what happens, but like I said, it's the adventure. So I'm going to wander over here as best I can, and I'm going to show you what I've been finding out about this whole girl. Okay, as you know, when you start taking a car that's been sitting for several years and like, you've got to do a lot of, you know, janitorial, as I said before. And, you know, if you're going to make her look right, you got to clean her up and get her all spruced up and make sure everything's right. Well, this old girl, just like so many others, sitting in a shop or in a carport or in a barn or, God forbid, out in the open, you get rodent activity. I spent 30 years in the pest control business, and cars are like the condominium for rodents when they're sitting outside a home. A, because they provide great shelter, they provide plenty of materials for nesting, and if they're anywhere within 100 yards of your home provides them a food source with your trash, your bird feeders, your pet food, and just your general lifestyle. So, that being said, if you have a car that you are trying to restore that has been sitting for a few years, you got to go through and open everything up and make sure you haven't had any visitors staying at the, in this case, Barracuda La Casa Runda. But honestly, she's not all that bad. Um, did have a fair amount of material down here behind the driver's side in this quarter panel. Actually, I was wondering if I had found Jimmy Hoffa's remains. Uh, we're going to go over to this side. I've pulled everything off there, and I'm just going to show you because this side is in much better shape, but just give you an idea of what to expect when you start pulling these girls apart. I have started doing a little rust restoration on some of this pan. It's actually pretty solid, a lot of surface rust. Been trying to clean it up and get it just, you know, pre-treated with some rust inhibitor. Uh, Lubricating the holy poo out of the regulator, the tracks, and everything. This window was like froze up, but put some of the Master Blaster on her, and now she works like brand new. So, still, guys, what are we doing for weather stripping on these old girls? Because I got a lot of the weather stripping and door stripping and everything that I need to replace, and I haven't found a good source for one. So if you can help me out there, it would be wonderful. Oh, trying to organize all the, okay, this came off this side, this came off this side, and hopefully we don't lose anything in there somewhere. At our house, when we wear out a vacuum cleaner on the inside of the house, it becomes a shop tool. So that's what I'm using today. If I can get around here, please bear with me because I have to be very gentle about how I move, because honestly I should be inside the house watching TV, not out here. But you know how us old wrenchers are. If we're not bleeding, bones not sticking out, we're going to try to do something to get our old girls going again. So bear with me. I'll get in here. I've pulled back the carpeting that was put in. It was a new carpet install from the previous owner. But there's just, all in all, I mean, my God, look at that. That's factory primer. And there's no rust. Although down in the hole there's probably a good quarter, half a pound of goo and junk, and you know, got some rust.
A lot of the old body seal has just, it's toast, which is fine. We have new stuff in a tube. Now, I have this plastic rubber cover on this side, seems to be intact. Yeah, I guess it is over there. So maybe that's not an issue. Uh, but just trying to get this all cleaned up, prepped, try to get some good, rust inhibitor on her, but she's a solid floor pan. There's no doubt about it, and I'm grateful for that. I mean, look at that. No rust. Down here it's kind of scary, but that's only because Alvin and the Chipmunks have been living down there this past summer. But so I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot late, upcoming. Maybe, try to vacuum things up as I can. I've got to be real careful about how I'm moving around and what position I put myself in. And quite honestly, with the paperwork of dealing with insurance, employers, and everything else, I'm just grateful I work for a good company and they're helping me out greatly in dealing with all this. So, as I've said before, I'll do what I can and not do anything stupid. And hopefully, Jerry's going to be coming along and putting some stuff in here to give us all, some edification. I guess that's a good word. And show us some of the stuff he's got going on out at his place. Because I want to tell you, folks, I am blessed to have Jerry as a friend. This guy, he knows his stuff on new stuff, old stuff, whatever you got. And so, thanks for watching. We're going to keep trying to clean all the squirrel droppings, and who knows, we might find the rest of Jimmy Hoffa in here somewhere. But thanks for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please consider it. Big thumbs up if you enjoyed the content, and thank you for being here. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.